Well, hey there, dreamers. It's Clever Trev here, and tonight I'm going to be doing a DreamsCom 2020 tutorial, kind of going through all the rules and regulations and restrictions, frequently asked questions, and once we get all through all those rules and stuff, I'll actually start creating my own DreamsCom 2020 booth to maybe give you an example of what to do. So I've been doing a lot of research, and I'm finally ready to pull the trigger. And the date for your submission is basically 1 week from today, so you've got until next Friday, which we'll cover here in a second. So if you want to skip to the booth, what you want to do is you want to find this dreamer, J_plus B, go to their creations, and here is the DreamsCom 2020 booth template. And basically you need to remix this, and also notice you want to tag it with the hashtag DreamsCom20, just like they did there. Essentially, if you're trying to do this yourself, you would remix it, and then you create your booth, but you also have to make sure to follow these specific rules. And if you don't want to listen to me read the rules, just check the description of this video, and I will have the links to the rules and regulations and all that stuff. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to read I'm going to go through the post that Media Molecule put up to explain to you basically how to create your own DreamsCom booth. And while I'm reading this, I'm just going to play this nice pretty little scene here. So here we go. This is directly from Media Molecule, the developers of Dreams. Hey community, we're always on the lookout for new ways to showcase the amazing talent found in the Dreamiverse. Whether that's through our streams, our award shows, where we create an entire ceremony in Dreams. Today, we're excited to announce the very first Dreams Community Showcase, or DreamsCom for short. DreamsCom will consist of two major events. The first of which will be a live stream event, come on, we couldn't be the only ones not to, where we'll be showcasing amazing trailers and teases, ooh, the surprises in store, for some of the best known creators in the Dreamiverse. You'll be able to tune into the live stream on June 30th at 5 p.m. BST, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on our Twitch channel. Following the live stream, we'll be opening the Dreams Community Showcase show floor, completely hashtag made in Dreams. In the expo, in-game, you'll be able to visit booths from the creators shown in the stream, check out demos for games, and even display your upcoming creations. Yes, we're inviting the Dreamiverse to take part in DreamsCom 2020. Whether you want to showcase an upcoming creation or tease an in-development project, you'll be able to customize your own template booth. Read on to find out how. And display it in the show. This will be a great opportunity for dreamers to showcase the kind of creator they are in the Dreamiverse. Whether you're a mini game maker, an in-dream studio, or a solo RPG maker, there is space on the expo show floor. If you do wish to exhibit at the show, we'll be releasing a remixable booth template now for you to customize and submit. We've put together a guide to follow if you wish to do so, which you can find below. The following criteria is strictly in place. If your booth doesn't meet these rules, we won't be able to include it in the show floor. The content of your booth must be yours. You may love the rake, but leave that to J+B. It must also not violate our community guidelines or infringe on other people's IP. So here's some important stuff here, friends. The maximum thermometer for each booth: 8% gameplay, 10% graphics, and 5% audio. So pay close attention to your thermo. The dimensions of the booth cannot be changed, for example, stretching sculpts, resizing it manually or otherwise. And the booth must be kept static, like it does not move or rotate. Everything added to the booth template must be contained within the dimensions of the booth. For example, no extruding sculpts, paintings, text displayers, etc. If paintings are used, they must not be duplicated using the around camera option, as they will extend beyond your booth. This also includes objects animated using keyframes or action recorders. The booth should not contain any logic which alters gameplay. For example, checkpoints, prize bubbles, global settings, rumblers, variables, and variable modifiers. Logic which might affect puppets, for example, force suppliers, health modifiers. Or emitters and destroyers, as they will likely affect the performance of the scene in which the booth is displayed. Next, the booth should not include any light gadgets, but sculpts or painting in the booth can use glow as long as the light the objects emit do not extend beyond the dimensions of the booth. The booth should not include cameras or logic which affects the player camera, such as camera shakers, camera pointers, and wipes. You may paint the banner on the outer side of the booth, and you can add text displayers to add the name of your showcase or extra information, but the text must appear as though it is on the banner and must not be purposely positioned outside of the dimensions of your booth. If you'd like to include audio in your booth, it must be 3D panned so that it does not interfere with the audio that might be included in other booths. Tweak each sound or instrument to enable 3D panning, then change the fade zone inner radius to 1.0 meters, the outer radius multiplier to 65%, and the extra reverb radius to 0%. If you'd like to showcase a demo of your project in a separate scene, you can place a doorway in your booth. Please make sure to label it so it matches the name of the scene you want to show off, and we will add a button prompt which will take the player to your demo if they are inside of your booth. You can find the booth template in Dreams by searching for DreamsCom 20 booth templates and selecting J_+B's creation, or by heading to this In Dreams page. I'll put the link for the In Dreams in the description of the video. Your booth can display an upcoming creation, promote your very own Dreams identity, in Dream Studios will be studio, or even be a place to allow people to play a demo of your game. We'll be accepting booths of DreamsCom 20 until the end of the day, June 24th. So June 24th is the final day to submit. Please tag your booth #DreamsCom20 in Dreams so that we can find it and include it in the show. We can't wait to open the doors at the first ever DreamsCom next month, and we hope you enjoy the show. Alright, so that was directly from the Media Molecule page, and those were essentially the rules. And again, there'll be a link in the description if you want to go over that again. Now real quick, this will be a lot quicker, I'm going to go through the frequently asked questions about DreamsCom 20. So here we go. This is from the Media Molecule website. Let me get my stream set up real quick. So we recently announced DreamsCom 20, our first ever Dreams community showcase event made up of a live streaming showcase. Hold on one sec. Okay. Showcase event made up of a live stream showcasing some exciting and updating creations from some of the Dreamverse's best known creators, as well as a playable show floor. On the show floor, creators will be able to display their very own Made in Dreams booths. You'll be able to promote your upcoming creations and showcase your Dreams personality. You can find out more information on how to create your booth here, and below you'll find answers to some of the popular questions we received. If you do have any further questions, feel free to comment below or reach out to us on Twitter. So here's some common questions that people have been asking. Question: how will players interact with the show floor? Those visiting DreamsCom show floor will be in control of a third-person puppet. The player won't be able to jump, and the only other input apart from the puppet movement and camera movement with the left and right sticks, respectively, is using X inside the creator's booth to begin playing trailers or demos that the creator wants to show off. Does my booth content need to be remixable? Question. What's up, Brian? That doesn't come out till tomorrow. I couldn't get it at midnight, sadly. Does my booth content need to be remixable? Yes, everything you're displaying at DreamsCom booth will need to be released as remixable. This is how we'll be able to feature it on the show floor. We know some creators are protective of their content, so keep this in mind when decorating your booth. However, your booth can link to a demo of your content, and while that will need to be released as playable before the show opens, it will not need to be released as remixable. Again, the deadline for booth submissions is end of the day, June 24th, 2020. Yeah, Brian, people were able to get it at midnight. I just wasn't able to get it here where I live. I got it get tomorrow morning. Does my playable content, for example, demo, trailer, full game, need to be remixable? They already answered this. As mentioned in the previous question, your playable link content won't need to be remixable, but it will need to be made available to play in the Dreamverse before we release the show floor. The cutoff time for this will be 5 p.m. BST, June 30th, 2020. I forget what BST is, but that's a certain time. I think it's Britain or something. I don't know. Next question. Can I adjust the size of the booth? To ensure each creator has the same amount of space when showing off their creations, we decided it's best that the size of the booth stays at the same as it is in the template. This includes scaling the entire booth and altering the length, width, or height of the booth. Next, I'm a video/content creator. Can my booth represent my online presence rather than a creation? Answer, absolutely. DreamsCom is about showcasing who you are in the Dreamverse, whether that's a content creator in or outside of Dreams. If you have a Dreams-related video channel or website you'd like to promote at the show, please do get involved with your own booth. So that's it. Those are the frequently asked questions about DreamsCom 20. And I talked about earlier, we went through the rules and stuff. So I think the main takeaways are basically your thermometer has to be at maximum 8% gameplay, 10% graphics, and 5% audio. You also have to make sure that nothing in your booth goes beyond the dimensions of the booth. You can't protrude anything. And also, same with the audio. You can't have the audio going out of your booth. It has to be 3D audio. No light gadgets involved, so you can't put any light gadgets, but you can have glowing paintings as long as the glow doesn't go beyond the dimensions of the booth. No effects, things that'll affect the camera, stuff like that. So those are kind of the main things to take away with that. But again, if you want to go over those rules again, just check out the description in the video here. And that'll cover pretty much anything you need to know. So that was the boring stuff. But it's also very important stuff. Because if you don't follow those rules, your booth won't be allowed to enter DreamsCom 20. So we're going to exit out of here. And just to show you one more time, if you need to, if you're trying to do this on your own, you want to go to, you want to find J plus B, so J underscore plus B. Click on J plus B. What's going on? Why can't I see these comments? Or am I getting spammed with advertisements or something? Go to J plus B and then click on the DreamsCom 2020 booth template. Sorry, whoever is commenting, I can't see your comments. Not sure what's going on. I don't know if my stream's not working or what. Let me click in a little test. Jeez, blowing up right now. Something's glitched out, or I'm getting spammed with some. Okay, yeah, it's showing on my stream here, but for whatever reason lately, I keep getting hit with these comments on my live streams of links to like porn websites. So I don't know what it is, but whoever's spamming me with comments, nobody can see them, so you might as well just stop. Anyway, so here's my plan for my DreamsCom booth. Recently, I'm actually proud to announce, Brian, I think you've seen me creating this Chill Borders game before. I actually got second place. You can see up here, number 2. I got second place in the community jam. So that's pretty badass. That means thousands of people submit their creations, and I got second place. So people obviously liked it. What is going on? I'm just getting blown up by comments. Whatever, maybe it's a glitch or something. Stop. Whoever it is, I can't see your comments, so whatever. Anyway. So I'm essentially going to Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. I'm kind of gonna do a similar creation to what this is right here, and my booth will just be a very tiny version of this, where it's like a 2D silhouette type of landscape with a really pretty kind of scenery. I don't know. I'm gonna kind of go with the flow and see what happens. So let's get started. So again, what you gotta do. Actually, I think I put it in my play later. I gotta go over here. Da da da. So yep, here's my J plus B DreamsCom 2020 booth template. So what I'm going to do is remix it. So this is what we're working with here, folks. And again, our limitations are 8% gameplay, 10% graphics, 5% audio. So, and I've read that you kind of want to, before you really get going, go to tools, sculpture detail, and you can reduce some of the detail on some of these objects to give yourself maybe a little bit more thermal room. I don't want to reduce it too much. So that's that. Okay, so what I want to do first, I'm going to turn on my grid snap. And I'm going to load in my small, so I kind of prepped for this already. I'm going to be importing a bunch of these objects that I had previously created in my previous creation, chill borders. Maybe scope that down a little bit for now. Something like that. Sure, right about there. Go like that. And then I'm just going to ungroup. Well, do I want to ungroup all these yet? How about let's paint them all first. So I'm going to go to modes, coat mode, colors. I'm going to make them. I'm just going to make them completely black, or do I want to make them white? Yeah, let's just make them black. Okay, so now they're completely solid black. And then I wrote a few notes down to kind of keep myself on track here. Fix the grids, paint, scale first. Okay. So I'm going to ungroup everything. And then next thing what I want to do is, now it's kind of hard to explain, but actually want to line all these up. Let's put these over here. Yeah, sorry, there must be some kind of bug with my comments, because I'm not seeing any comments, but they're popping up, but I'm not sure what that is. Never had that happen before, but whatever. Boom, boom, boom. And I kind of want to get these perfectly lined up with the mountains, just to make things a little bit clean here as we go forward. Let's try to get that lined up. Alright, grid down a bit. Turn it down even more, apparently. Like that. Should be good enough. And I also noticed some of these objects I actually want to increase the thermal a little bit, because you can see right here there's these weird little ridges. So I'm going to, let's go put this back at 1. Sculpture detail, see how you can see these weird gaps here? I don't actually want that, so I'm going to increase that once. Increase that once. Increase that once. That one, I guess. Oh, you know what part of it might be? I want to reverse some of these too, actually. I think all these are backwards, so I should maybe do that now. Because I think they actually look better from this side, as you can tell. Looks a little bit better. Let's just do that right now. Click on these. Get all the trees going. Alright. Let's go back to our thermo here. Da-da-da. Increase one more time maybe. And let's do this one more time here. So the important thing here is I want to be able to copy and paste these a bunch of times. So we got to make sure that we can do that without blowing up our thermo. And again, it's 10% or 8% graphics, or 8% gameplay, 10% graphics. So I'm just going to duplicate this 10 times, let's say. So we're at 250. We need 8, 10, 5. Okay. So it's about halfway for our graphics, which should be fine. These big landscapes actually take up the most space. So let's see, next. So I was debating on how to do this next part. Let me think here. Because I want to get everything to scale first. I think these need to be bigger. Like that. Temples. Gosh. Then I think we can make this smaller. Let's do one more smaller. Okay. Let's something like that. I should also maybe line them up with the top. Let's kind of do that a little bit. So. That. Get that up a little higher. Got a bridge up there. And kind of my plan is I'm going to have 5 layers. That's at least the goal for now. 5 different layers. So the layer in the back will be essentially the farthest back mountains. Those are going to be smaller and lighter in color. So smaller in size and lighter in color. And then the further you get to the front of the booth, they will be larger and also darker, to simulate them being closer to the person. So yeah. In that case, actually, I want to make these trees a little bigger. Like so. This. Just kind of thinking out loud right now here. Got 184 comments right now, even though I can only see 4 of them. Whatever. It's a little annoying, but whatever. What do you do? Can't win them all. So, how do we want to do this, Trev? How do we do this? Okay, let's not worry about that. Okay, how's I gonna do this? So there will be some troubleshooting involved. Well, let's do a quick save here before my console crashes and I lose everything. and then you have to make sure it's an element. And I'm gonna make it a sculpture. Let's call it. Oops, sculpture. DreamsCom booth. Let's call it myself. Spiders remix of DreamsCom's booth. Bing bang boom. Okay. And then the question is, are these trees the right size? And actually, that does look like a good size. Is the temple a good size? Is it lined up? Not quite. Okay, that's the other thing we should make sure. Get these all lined up properly. I know I maybe should have done this off stream, but whatever. I did the important stuff. The rest is just kind of my creation, so take it or leave it. And it's okay to have it a little bit behind like that. Do that. I suppose I can just line these up. Nah, let's go back here, line this up. I'll only have to do this once. Once we get them all lined up, we'll be good to go after that. Back over. The balloon shouldn't matter too much. Let's actually keep that behind it even more. Get our bridge lined up. There we go. Got the bridge going. Yeah, let's do two at a time. Why the hell not? Get these guys in there. Okay. Bam, bam. Probably don't need to move this one up. We can just. Like that. And then the trees. Okay, let's do all the trees at the same time. See, the trees are all lined up with each other, so we should be. I'm stupid. I should have just done the ground, or I should have just moved these. Then I wouldn't have had to move all those, but whatever. Too late now. Get this back up. Move these trees back to where they started. Oh, I missed this guy. Damn it. Yeah, this one's off. There we go. All right. So is that everything? I think so. Let's actually move our flag down a little bit. Okay, so the plan is to make sure everything looks proper and it's scaled properly and it's colored properly. And like I said, I'm going to have 5 layers. I think what I'm going to do is pretty much copy all of these and paste them 5 times. Each one will be a little bit different of a size. Speaking of which, I should probably decide the sizes. Is this going to be the background? Is it going to be the foreground? Let's check it out. Let's just do one tree for now. We'll copy and paste this. So do we want this the background? Do we want this the foreground? What do we want to do? Or do we want it the middle? Because if it's closer up, it'll be bigger. If it's further back, it'll be smaller. Like so. What you gonna do, Trev? What you gonna do? I think maybe we'll have it in the middle. So let's try that again. So let's say this was our middle chunk. Let's say it's something like that. So then essentially we would do something smaller and, or no, something bigger in front. Something smaller behind. I know it looks goofy right now, it's not going to look right, but something like that. You know what, I like that. Okay, let's roll with that. Okay. So this will be the middle, so there's going to be just two smaller backwards, and then let's might as well link this up. Get her lined up like that. Is that lined up? Ooh, it's almost not even lined up. See if we can't line it up with a 32 snap. There you go, now it's lined up. That looks like it's good. Okay. Alright, and I always make sure to do the important stuff like this first, because once you set up yourself with just the proper core, the proper like foundation, everything else is a little bit easier, and you know, this is kind of the boring stuff. Eventually it's a little more fun. So I think the other thing I was going to do is I'm going to make them all white. Do I make them white or black? It's going to be easier. Let's make them all white to start off with. I can't remember what I decided on, but let's try both. And we might as well make them all the same finish as well. And I kind of want just a rough, let's see, make them all rough. Oh. Okay. By the way, if you go into this DreamsCom Sky and Grade and you can turn this on, and I'm assuming this is what it's going to actually look like. So this will actually give you a more realistic view, which I don't really like. I don't like how it's like purple and it'll kind of mess with your colors. But what do you do? Okay. So it's about time to kind of commit here. I can't dilly-dally all day. I gotta actually make it, commit to it here, which I think we're about ready. Let's make sure our thermo is okay. Fuck, it's already at 5. Is that like that earlier? Okay, so luckily when we copy and paste, it only affects gameplay, not graphics. do a quick save here. I know, right? I'm assuming it's a bug, but maybe it's a disgruntled jerk who I banned or something. I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me. That's fine. What are you up to, Brian? We're committing, baby. Just like I said, that's going to be the middle. Let's do a 4 gap. This is going to be 2 in front. Hold on, let's do this. Okay, the ones further back will be smaller, so let's do smaller. Smaller. Is it going to be enough of a difference? Do I want to do double small? Let's try that. 1, 2. 1, 2. So it's about half the size. A little bit bigger. Let's start with that. Boom, boom. Let's do the same thing up front now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Is that right? So we're going to do the same thing up front now. Copy and paste. 1, 2. Copy and paste. 1, 2. Alright, dang it, we're overlapping now, but that's fine. So assuming this is the front layer, it would look something like this. Just laying on the sofa chilling. What am I drinking? Actually, there was a Keystone Ice on sale, so I'm on the Keystone Ice today. I think it's expired or something because it tastes like shit. Laying on the sofa. I know I told you the other day, but reinstalled Battlefront, and I also got a few other buddies to reinstall it, so hopefully in the near future I'll be playing some of that, if you're into that kind of thing. Okay, so what do we think? Do we want that? And then the background layer would be something like this, way in the back. Laid back. Okay. So maybe we're going to go with 4 layers instead of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's just get rid of this final layer. Maybe we'll be good with just 4. And I think in my other game I didn't have that many, so let's move this over to something like that. You have it installed? That's right, you got the hard drive. Mr. Fancy Pants. So that'll be about that. Alright, so how do we want to get this started? Oh crap, I forgot. Sorry, that shouldn't be too hard. So the other thing is, I think I'm going to make the front layer completely black. Do that first. Nightbot, when will Dreams get multiplayer? They haven't given it an exact date. It's on the roadmap if you look on the Dreams website. I mean, it's a very good question. I wish I had an actual answer for you. It's only speculation. I know the next big thing they're adding is virtual reality support, PSVR support. So if I were to guess, this is a very uneducated guess, but I would say in the next 4 to 8 months, if I were to guess, they'll add multiplayer. It's probably the highest demanded feature. But it's a good question, Nightbot. How you doing? Okay, so I'm gonna go to modes, coat mode, and like I said, this is gonna be completely black. So we're just gonna do this and just paint all these black. Gotta wait till it makes a little noise. Let's see, how many layers? 1, 2, 3, 4. I said 4, right? Let's do this black instead. Give it a little bit of something to work with. Maybe even this a little bit. There we go. Okay. So now we're pretty much going to keep doing that. So I'm going to grab this guy. Grab all of its corresponding structures. Yeah, what's up, Typhus? How you doing, bro? I saw you were streaming earlier. I was about to pop in, but I had to get my own shit together to get my stream going. Are you gonna do the DreamsCom booth thing? Something like that. Bada bing, bada boom. You have a trailer for it? What do you mean we have a trailer for it? Who's we? Paint this layer this grayish color. The touch of that one. Wait, how long is that? Oh, piece of craft. You have a trailer for it? What do you mean? I guess I don't know what you're talking about then. What the fuck are you talking about, boy? Just kidding. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I think there's 4, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. What the fuck? Alright, let's try it over. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Maybe it is 15. They're going to be debuting a teaser. Oh, see, that's probably what they're talking about when they said, they mentioned they're going to have some surprises in store and some surprise trailers. So that's awesome, dude. How'd you get on their good side? I'd almost think they look at Typhus and they're like, ew, Typhus, that guy's like grotesque. That's really cool, man. Any chance I can get a sneak peek? I'm just kidding. I'd rather be surprised. Alright, one more layer. Oh, they asked him? Which game? I mean, have I seen it? Is it the I can't remember the name of it. The one where you're in the mental asylum? By the way, you see I got second place in the community jam. Very cocky about it. Is this already white? Oh, it is. How about I do it backwards? No, I didn't. The Infernal Crucible. Hell yeah, dude. I'm kind of surprised. You guys' stuff is so edgy. You know, that's a dumb word, but... Congrats, man. I mean, I know you guys have been working on that shit for a while. Gonna be dope. Let's do a quick save here. Oh, thanks. I didn't see on the scoreboard, but there's like 1.3 thousand people on my scoreboard right now. I was trying to go through it and see people that I recognized. And that's actually kind of what I'm doing here. That Chill Borders game, I'm using the same assets that I use in Chill Borders to make my Dreams booth. Surprised you're not doing a booth though. You should. You can make some creepy shit in there. Oh, like a horror, little haunted house or something. By the way, I don't know if Brian's still in here, but you and Donnell would, I mean, you and Typhus would get along really well. You guys are both metalheads into the dark magic. Alright, so what do we got here? So it looks something like this. How are we looking? I think that's pretty good, actually. I like the scale of that shit. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. I don't know. I mean, you can put your Twitch shit on there, or I don't know. I'm gonna put my YouTube link on there, or at least some kind of promotion, and you never know. I don't know. It's something to like. For me, it's a break from what I'm normally doing in Dreams. It kind of gives me something. You know, it's nice to have a goal sometimes, like some guidelines, a little perimeter of something that you're. You know what I'm saying. Break from the norm. Alright, I actually like how all this is scaled and how it's all layered. So now we can start having some fun finally. The first part of this has just been kind of getting things aligned up properly. Now we can actually, we're up to 480 comments somehow. This shit's all bugged out. Okay. See, this is totally black right now. I didn't want it totally black. It's fine. Alright, Trev. Finklin Einhorn. Okay, so the important thing when I start adding elements into my Dreams booth is making sure I don't change the layer. Because like I said, I've got 4 calculated layers. Front, second layer, back, and then furthest back layer, and they're all lined up with each other. So what's our thermal at? 1, 5, and 0. Nice. Do I want to start with the back layer or the front layer? Whoa, you gotta be fresh. It's gonna be best to edit with. Let's see if I'm editing. Keep putting shit in. Probably do the back layer first. Yeah. And I might even just drag the whole back layer. Well, maybe copy and paste it in there. Well, damn it, what do I do? Want the whole thing. And let's just copy and paste. almost wonder if I'm leaving too much space in the background. Kind of am, aren't I? That's a lot of, that's a big gap right here. Fuck, if I do this, I deselect that. Damn it. How did this get over here? Not sure where that came from. Shit, we lost some. 1, 2. Yeah, we lost there. We lost our hot air balloon for this layer, but whatever. I probably won't use too many hot air balloons anyway. Okay, we got 15 per 30, 60. So we want this to equal 60. Actually 59 because I'm missing an air balloon. 59 is a lucky number. If I can hit that, that'd be great. 51, fuck, I'm way off. Oh, there's some more. 56. Whatever, good enough. So let's move this back a little bit here. Something like that. Does that look okay? More like that. Maybe back a little more forward. Like so. We might paint the background as well. Paint something in the background. We'll see. That's kind of what it'll look like. Could definitely divide them a little more if we want. A little more of a gap. Oh, that's way too. Why is that so close to that? There's gap here, and this is right up on that. Okay, that might have been why then. Okay, let's do that. And then bring this back over. And then we're going to gap this more. I don't know how that happened. What's that gap? A little bit better. This is right on that line, so we'll be right there. Okay. Whoa, who's calling me? You watching the stream, Rito? Dreaming, Nick. Okay. It's time to pull the trigger. Let's do it. So I'm going to start dragging some stuff over. Making sure I keep it on the grid. I also kind of want to mix it up a little bit. Making sure I don't cross over. Something like that. Maybe one more of these over there. Suppose I could make these bigger. Nah, let's not do that. Okay. Okay, that's our back landscape. Let's do a quick save here. See, I don't like stuff like that. It's not good. Or that. Damn it. That means we're not lined up very well. And I don't think the 32 is gonna help. It's gonna be too much. Oh, wait, not 32. 132. Oh, maybe it will. See, now it's right there instead. Damn it. Let's turn that off. Let's do precise move and see if we can't manually just squeak it up like that. Dang it. I wonder if that's going to be noticeable. I'll notice it, obviously, but will anybody else notice it? Yeah, good enough. Let's make sure before I make the next layer, I'm gonna line these up better. In fact, let's do that real quick. Yeah, that's better. Same with this one. This one, and the last one shouldn't matter, but I'll do it anyway. Should have known. Should have just done it right. This is why I try to make everything perfect before I go any before I edit much more. Voila, one last one. Okay. Quick save. Now I can start adding the background stuff. I think I'll just grab all these guys. Bring them over here. Okay. Stupid comments are kind of getting annoying. But yeah, next we're gonna start detailing these mountains with trees and stuff. I'm actually undo that. See, I'm gonna pretty much, start decorate that mountain, and then I'll bring this next mountain forward. Do the same thing. I almost should do the mountains first. Like, for example, let's say we just do this next before I start detailing the mountains. I'll bring this in there. Let's see, I don't want it to be the same though. Have this guy start it. Let's get it lined up with the edge. Bring this over here. Ooh, can we just make it line up? Ooh, we can. Nice. The closer we get to the camera, it'll be easier because we don't have to make as much stuff. It's less objects. Yeah, we're cooking. Yeah, let's do this first before we start detailing. Grab these guys. Making sure not to change the grade. Kind of curious. Okay, hold on. Let's undo that. I kind of want to rotate this. Like that. And line her up. Ooh, is that perfect? Just about. Almost. Looks good. So I'm just gonna bring this guy over. Oh crap. Must have lost something in translation there. There we go. Grab you and grab you. Can we get away with two of it? Dang it. Nope. Not quite. It's fine. Well, I guess we're gonna have to have 3, even though we barely need 3. But maybe it'll add a little bit of flavor to the whole thing. Hopefully you can't see those lines though. Looking good. I like it so far. We only have one more layer too. This should be the easiest layer out of all of them. And for this one, let's rotate this layer since we haven't done that yet. Rotate, I mean, doing one of these things. Then line it up. Get that lined up. Bring this over about here. Now let's go to the right. Like that, and then we just need one more, which means we can do. Which one do we want? Now let's bring this guy over. Actually, let's bring this one over. No. See how it's off like that? We don't want that. Could just bring this over actually. Let's try that. Oh, it's definitely going to be lined up. Give that a look. It looks pretty organic. I don't see anything that looks odd or off. When it really comes to life is when you start adding structures and stuff. But dang it, can I do that? Yeah, I can. I do want to make a little more distinguished. So I'm going to actually bring the front layer down a teeny bit. That was too much. Bring this down even more. And then I'm also going to bring this back layer up a tad. This won't affect the layers because I'm not changing the depth, I'm only changing the height. A little more. Just a teeny bit. As we'll move these up a little more. looking cool. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense yet, but it will. So, I think a lot of the stuff that I'm going to do next is going to be a little bit tedious, not the most entertaining. So, you know what, last thing, I'm going to bring these back up a little. Just in case if they walk up here, I don't want them to see, look down. In fact, let's save it first. I'll probably have an invisible wall, like maybe right here, so you can't actually go up to it. You're kind of stuck looking at it. Because if you're able to go up here, it's just gonna. Well, you can't jump. You want people to jump when they release this, but you could at least do that, and it'll look janky. So probably make some kind of invisible wall, like right here, so you can only look at it like from. Oh, see, that's a gap right there. You know what, if that's the case, I can actually bring these up more. See, I wish I didn't need that. Do I need it? Play. I think it's gonna look cool though. I think it's gonna be different from the other booths. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. A lot of the stuff that I'm gonna do next isn't gonna be that entertaining to watch. It's mostly me placing all of these decorations into the mountains, and it's kind of hard to watch because, like I said, it's tedious and just not that interesting. But yeah, it is what it is. So, but yeah, I think I made good progress, and I hope I gave you a good example of what you need to do if you're trying to enter the DreamsCom 20 showcase, whatever they want to call it. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, friends. Oh, by the way, I do have to make sure I trim all this. I have to cut all this stuff down here. By the way, if I do that, I wonder how that's going to affect my thermo. Like if I just cut that, how's that going to affect me? Yeah, maybe it'll bring down the thermo, if anything. I doubt it, but because I'm going to have a bunch of new unique shapes. But I should have thought of that earlier, dang it. I should have trimmed them first. Whatever. Maybe I'll do that before I start detailing. Shouldn't matter back here, but... And I will close this the sides off so you can't see it from the side here. That'll look kind of silly. Yeah, my name's Clever Trev. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Give me a like and a subscribe if you liked it and you want to subscribe. Have fun. Take care now. Bye-bye.